It looks like just another coin, a small, ordinary disc of metal, forgotten in a drawer or slipped into a pocket without a second thought. But buried within South Africa's modern currency is a story almost no one knows. A twist of fate, a minting mistake, a treasure hidden in plain sight. And today, that mistake is worth up to $5 million. 2021, a year of resilience and recovery. While the world was still reeling from a global pandemic, South Africa continued to push forward, adapting, rebuilding, surviving. And in the heart of this historic period, the South African Mint continued its quiet work, producing the nation's coinage. Among them, the newly minted R1 coin, a humble denomination, yet deeply symbolic. On its face, a springbok, nimble, elegant, and unmistakably South African, a symbol of agility, strength, and national pride. But something extraordinary happened. Somewhere within the tightly controlled process of minting, a flaw emerged. A perfect mistake. A small batch of 2021 R1 coins left the mint, but they weren't like the others. Something had gone wrong. And in the world of numismatics, wrong can sometimes mean priceless. These coins were struck with rare, undocumented minting errors, some on the wrong metal planchet, some with off-center strikes, some with misaligned dies or double impressions. These aren't counterfeits. They're official South African currency, simply created under extraordinary, unintended conditions. And as of today, fewer than a dozen verified examples are believed to exist. One of them recently made headlines, valued at up to $5 million in a private collector's market, not because of its face value, but because of what it represents. Numismatics, the study and collection of coins, is built on 4 pillars: rarity, condition, history, error. And this coin checks every single box. From a time of global and national crisis, bearing a standard design, but produced with a critical flaw, minted in limited quantity, verified by professional grading services as authentic and uncirculated. This isn't just about money. It's about meaning. Because collectors don't just chase coins, they chase stories. Stories frozen in metal. Symbols of hardship, resilience, and the quiet victories of everyday life. And this coin is all of that. So how do you know if you have one? Here's what to look for. On-screen checklist. Off-center design. The springbok or national emblem appears skewed or shifted. Double strike. Letters, numbers, or images look shadowed or repeated. Wrong planchet. The coin feels heavier or lighter than normal, with an unusual metallic tone. Color variation. An oddly golden or silvery appearance where it shouldn't be. Mirror finish. A highly polished, proof-like surface not meant for circulation. Uncirculated condition. The coin looks brand new, with sharp details and no visible wear. If your 2021 R1 coin shows 2 or more of these signs, don't ignore it. It could be one of the rarest modern coins ever minted. A $5 million find hiding in plain sight. But remember, authenticity is everything. Have it examined by a certified numismatic grading service, like PCGS or NGC, to confirm its legitimacy and market value. This isn't about gold. It's not about silver. It's about the story sealed into a sliver of metal. A flawed coin from a year when the world and South Africa bent but did not break. A quiet monument to survival. A legacy pressed into metal. That coin jar in your kitchen? That shoebox in your grandfather's attic? That handful of change from a forgotten road trip? Look again, because if you're lucky enough to be holding a rare 2021 R1 error coin, you're not just holding money. You're holding a moment in time, a chapter in history, a once ordinary coin made extraordinary. If this story sparked your curiosity, there's so much more to discover. Subscribe for rare coin deep dives, untold histories, and modern treasures hiding in plain sight. And if you've ever come across a strange, misprinted, or oddly colored coin, drop a comment below. We might just feature your find in the next episode. Until then, keep collecting and keep looking closer, because sometimes the smallest things carry the greatest stories.
It looks like just another coin that a small, copper-plated disc tossed into a purse, lost in a car seat, or left behind in a pocket after laundry. Forgotten, overlooked, but hidden within South Africa's 2012 10-cent coin lies a secret few have ever noticed, at a twist of fate, at a minting mystery, at a tiny anomaly that turned an everyday coin into a multimillion-dollar marvel. Yes, this unassuming piece of change could be worth up to $6.5 million. South Africa was marching forward, a nation in progress, healing from the scars of its past, and continuing its journey toward inclusion, innovation, and identity. And with that came coins, modest, utilitarian. The 10-cent coin, featuring the arum lily, an emblem of delicate beauty and dignity, a staple of South African currency. Nothing unusual, nothing rare, until someone looked closer. Somewhere between the design studio and the Royal Mint, something shifted. A manufacturing defect, a material inconsistency. Or perhaps an experimental strike never meant to leave the mint. It was a numismatic anomaly. A perfect error. A 2012 10-cent coin, but struck on the wrong planchet, a blank meant for a coin of different size or metal. Made of unique material, a combination of nickel, zinc, or even silver, never used in this denomination. Coloration and weight, off. Design, slightly doubled, misaligned, or ghosted. And only one known example exists with this particular blend of anomalies. Verified, graded, and valued at $6.5 million by international collectors. This isn't a myth. It's not folklore. It's a story buried in copper and steel. On-screen list appears. Wrong planchet feels heavier or lighter than other 10-cent coins, often thicker or thinner. Unusual tone or color, silverish shine or odd metallic hue. Double strike or shadowed features. Slightly repeated arum lily or denomination. Off-center pressing, design misaligned, lettering clipped. Uncirculated or proof-like condition nowhere. Almost mint fresh despite the year. If your 2012 10-cent coin shows more than one of these traits, it's time to take it seriously. Because this is not just currency, it's a legacy. Numismatics, the world of rare coins, is built on four things: rarity, condition, historical context, error or anomaly. This coin checks all the boxes. One of a kind. Authenticated by top grading services, connected to the mint's shadow history of experimental strikes, and fiercely sought after by elite collectors across the globe. This coin is a conversation. A question. What else have we missed? What other small, silent things carry massive stories? It could be in your junk drawer, in a wallet you haven't opened in years. Or in a plastic jar on your grandparents' windowsill. Let a certified numismatic grading service evaluate it. Because the difference between just change and a $6.5 million artifact might be one overlooked detail. Have you ever found a strange coin? One that didn't look quite right? Tell us in the comments. Drop a photo. Your ordinary coin might be the next extraordinary discovery. Subscribe for more stories of hidden wealth, mysterious minting errors, and the forgotten legends of global currency. Because sometimes, it's not the gold that shines brightest. It's the copper coin that wasn't supposed to exist. Keep collecting. Keep looking closer. Because sometimes, the smallest things carry the greatest stories.